I introduced the Death Tax Repeal Act, and we'll reintroduce it in next Congress. I had over 170 members sponsor this because everyone thought it was so important. But think about this. The government, when somebody dies, the government puts their arm in the grave, the IRS puts their arm in the grave, pulls the person back out and says, you owe 41% tax on everything that you accumulated in your life. Think about that. 41%. Pulling them out of the ground and say, you owe 41%. That person has already paid tax on most of that already. And yet, to pass it on, we got to pay 41% tax. That's why I am so passionate about getting rid of the death tax. And I hope we can do it this coming year, especially in reconciliation. On the other side of the death tax, since we have currently, we do have the death tax, we have estate tax. It costs approximately $18 billion for small businesses to comply, to try to figure out insurance, to try to figure out trust, to figure out how to manage not to pay that 41%. 18 billion, you know, we could save a lot of money by just getting rid of it. So Mr. Gallagher, I want to talk to you about this. Obviously, your family has to have jumped through a lot of hoops to try to salvage your business to the next generation. Can you talk about that, how it affects you and what compliance looks like?
Yes, and thank you for that question. I'm very passionate about it as well, primarily because I've seen the impacts of what happens when either people have not planned for it or just simply don't have the money to pay the tax. So the hoops are real. The hoops that these businesses and farmers jump through is starting out with identifying their personal goals for their family, first of all. So every single one has a different story and a different need and a different goal. So this is not a cookie cutter plan that everybody can just put into place. It takes a lot of customization and a lot of planning, and a lot of planning early.
Yes.
The hoops include setting up multiple entities, like a number of different trust vehicles can be used, limited partnerships, LLCs. They're setting up entities to help create the best benefit so the heirs can get the most amount of money when death does occur. You have to have many appraisals done. Your business has to be appraised, your real estate has to be appraised, your farm has to be appraised. The costs are astronomical for what they have to go through.
All the stuff you have to go through just to comply with the death tax, just to try to figure it out. And we can get rid of it and we don't have all that problems. I want to